Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United Spot YouTube Live. And I would like to thank all of you so much for being here. If you could do me a huge favor and share it out to all your friends and family and all your coworkers and maybe your next door neighbors, cousins, nephews, sisters, uncles, dog walker that maybe your mom and dad see at the store every once in a while in the produce aisle. Um, I got a brand new video today called Crocodile Tears. So if you check it out, hey, John Castaneda, great to see you. Daniel C, great to see you. Tammy, how are you? Eric, um, who else we got here? We got Joe, thanks. Tammy is here. Eric's here. Brian Sebeni Kuda was first today, by the way. Trillionaire, how are you? Tyler Campbell is here. Um, Great to see everybody here today. Great news. I've actually been getting donations, so it's been really awesome. I'm getting closer with your guys' help, so I just wanted to throw that out there and thank you to all of you that have been donating to the United Spot to help me reach my goal. Um, Ran into a few trolls, which is fun because they can't stand beggars. But I think the difference is you have to understand, though, that the difference between a beggar and somebody who's actually applying themselves online and is being purposely hidden. I mean, if you look at my views here, you'll see. I mean, honestly, I'm extremely proud of the video I just did yesterday. It's just hypocrisy. I worked really, really hard writing that out. And it's almost got 5,000. Let me try that one more time. I want to try that again with a straight face. I'm extremely excited about my new video. It's just hypocrisy. I worked really hard on it, and it's got almost 5,000. It's got almost 5,000 views. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. So thank you to everybody. The memberships, the subscriptions, the super thanks, the donations, and you guys being here. It's what's keeping the United Spot afloat. So thank you all so much. We got Monkey Grab Orange in here. Daniel C. Chad is here. Thank you for being here. Tammy, John Castaneda, Daniel C. Daron Weber, Richard Poggy. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys are great, Joe. Thanks. And if you could share this out, that'd be awesome. And I hope everybody's having a great day. I really do. If you did not watch my brand new video today called Crocodile Tears, I suggest you do. Very simple, very cut to the point. Nothing too crazy, but it really shows exactly what the Democrats are doing right now. They're saving face. Um, anybody with a heartbeat can tell that the Democrats are extremely responsible for a lot of the bad things that have happened in this country. And I'm not just saying that just because I think I'm correct. I know just from the things that they've said. Maxine Waters, huge influence on her following, and her video that I mean, it's a long time ago. It's not like it's not like it's new. It's been around for a long time, but her rhetoric just keeps getting worse every single time because she's never held accountable for it. I've never seen her brought up on charges. I've never seen her, punished in Congress. I've never seen her, wages garnished. I've never seen her arrest. Nothing for the things that the horrible things she said. Create a crowd, push back on these people. These are all horrible. For somebody with a weak mind to take those and the way she says them with such anger. Ayanna Presley is the same way. Letitia James is the same way. Nancy Pelosi is the same way. Chuck Schumer, the media, they're so angry when they say this. And when people see that, if they're not connected to their brain is open for, the pickings as far as, other people being able to think for them. They're toast. They're toast. And the more that comes out about this kid that silenced Charlie Kirk, the more that comes out about him, and that's if we even find out anything. Um, it's gotten so bad now to where it's like, these are the things that, we find out a little bit and then it goes away and then we get another tragedy. We try to figure out what happened with that. We forget all about that. But, I think we have a nation right now, not even just a nation, we have a world that is absolutely 190% connected to Charlie and his family. And, like I said, even if you didn't agree with him, even if you didn't stand by with what his morals or his education or his beliefs or the things that he said, even if you had no grasp on his concept, his that should not have happened. That should not have happened. And I don't want to keep talking about it over and again, but sometimes you need to, because we can't let that go. We can't let people forget about that. I mean, there's people out there chanting horrible things about him, and literally disregard the fact that a God-loving man with a wife, kids, a family, friends, was taken for having an opinion, and an opinion which was his own. It was, he had every right to have it. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He was trying to prove a point. And if you didn't agree with him, oh well, he was fine with it. He allowed you to speak. And the person that took him, the person that silenced him, he, he was manipulated in his thinking. And it's no different than a lot of these people that walk around this earth. They're easily manipulated by words. They're easily manipulated by these psyops and these anger trigger words that just set everybody off. And they're in our video games, they're in our TVs, they're in our radios, they're at the movie theaters, they're at our teacher's desk. On the chalkboard, they're teaching these kids how to be hateful. Why would you want to teach that? Goes back to that movie Shooter, where they say, there is no left, there is no right, there's no Republicans, there's no Democrats, it's just haves and haves nots. And it's a perfect recipe to keep all the peasants, to keep all the have nots in absolute chaos. While the haves, obviously, are just, living it up with their armed security guards, their big fences, their mansions, their millions of dollars out of their $174,000 a year paychecks. Still don't understand how that's possible. How could you be a millionaire? I mean, it's just, and nobody's being held accountable for it legally. Like legally, nobody's being held accountable for it. Nobody's lost their job. Nobody's being fined. Nobody's being having their wages garnished. Nothing. Nobody's nothing. Eric Swalwell still has a job. Adam Schiff got promoted. Maxine Waters is still, doing her thing. Nancy Pelosi. I mean, what does she even do? What does she even do? What does Nancy Pelosi even do? Hillary Clinton still has, power. Obama still has power. Joe Biden still has power. What is going on here? It's just, and the fact that they actually tried to make Hunter Biden look like a respectable young, I almost lost it. How do you even mean that? How do you even come close to making that funny? I've already done the Hunter Biden thing to the next level. Like I've got so many Hunter Biden videos. I'm coming out of my pants with Hunter Biden videos. I've got so many Hunter Biden videos, literally. Like right now, at this point in time, I could live the next 10 years on YouTube with just the Hunter Biden videos that I have. I could chop them up in different, I could rest out the rest of my days here on YouTube with just Hunter Biden videos. That's how many Hunter Biden videos I have. I have over 4,000 videos that I've created. And, like I said, that you take away the comedy, you take away the crazy, this is like a timestamp of because that's what I do. I take current events and I turn them into funny skits. But they're all extremely educational. They're all extremely factual. Yeah, there's stuff that I kind of push the envelope a little bit and I kind of, eavesdrop a little bit with my secret recordings and show you what they're really saying. But my videos, expose the truth using humor. And no matter how far you go back in my videos, all the way to the back, except for the ones that got deleted, the ones that got taken down, the ones that have, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then from the previous United Spot account, um, it's like a timestamp. This is like a time machine, going down in the last 10 years. And it's the same story over and over and over and over again. And the sad part about it is because there are no term limits, I mean, the actors really haven't changed. Sometimes we get a new one. Like a couple years ago, we got Jasmine Crockett, and I've created probably about over 100 videos for Jasmine Crockett. And but it's like it's the same actors over and over again. And then every once in a while, somebody that's been in Congress for like 20 years will pop out of the, they're like, hey, let's give this guy a shot, see if he's camera worthy. Let's see if he does a good job in front of the camera. And if he does a good job, we'll put him in the front line with all the rest of them. But if he doesn't, we'll shoot him to the back. Then we got Fetterman right now. Fetterman, who now I feel bad, but it is WWE. You got to take all the bad guys, you got to turn them into good guys, and once the bad guys turn into good guys, then you got to turn them back into bad guys again, and then the vice versa. But now Fetterman's actually making sense. So I don't know if that stroke actually helped him, maybe opened up a few things in his mind. I don't know, but now he's calling out his party for what. But I think that was in the script. You have to understand there is a pre-written script that has been written for a long time, and they're just slowly. Because you think about it. In politics, what do they do? What do they do? What do they do all day? So we don't know. Obviously we have the walk to every once in a while. We'll get a brave journalist or, reporter, hey, Maxine, what are you doing? They ignore them. They don't say a word to them because why should they have to answer any questions? Why should they have to, of course. So they just ignore them. AOC ignores them. Every once in a while we'll get a politician. Oh yeah, I'll talk because they like to hear the sound of their own voice. But without the hearings, without the little televised interviews and whatnot on CNN, without their podcasts and their shirt sales and everything else they got going on in the politician market, what do they do all day? These are lawmakers, by the way. What do they do? I know Chuck Schumer is going to try and shut down the government. We're back on that again. I was just putting up my hopefully Jussie Smollett is going to go to jail lights, and now Chuck Schumer's, it's just the same script over and over and over again. And now it's getting to the point now to where it's just the same actors too. Like they're not even changing the actors out. They're just like, these people aren't going to do anything. They wore masks. They wore masks into the store. They stood 6 feet apart. They literally, just to get into a grocery store, they waited an hour. We can make these people do anything. We had these people drive by their kids' graduation and honk. We took away their right to go see their parents in the hospital. They had to hug their grandparents with saran wrap. These people will do anything we tell them. Fuck them. Oh, that's the world we live in. And I'm talking, so it's 14 minutes straight. 14 minutes straight. You know what? I'm going to go to the comments here because really like to see what everybody has to say and how everybody's doing. I do hope everybody's having a great night, by the way. I really do. Let's see, we got Who346. Tammy is here. Eric Bernard, Frank has been quiet through. Yeah, poor Frank. Frank is always such a trooper. Arnold, how you doing? Hope Yukon Man is good. I know that guy works a lot too. Him and John Castaneda work a lot too. I know a lot of you guys work too. I don't want to single anybody out, but I know a lot of you guys work a lot. You guys need to sleep. I hope you guys are sleeping a little bit. Arnold, Jessica, my mom switched, registered as a Republican. Good for you, Jessica. I'm glad. That's awesome. That is awesome to hear. Freeman Pennington. There's a whole group of them. We know that there's more than one person that helps. You know what? I don't doubt it. And obviously, I'm not an investigative guy. I do a lot of research. Believe it or not, creating these videos, you have to do a lot of research. And I'm the type of guy that I've been doing this so long that even though I do comedy, I actually have an extremely um, uh, full brain that's able to actually understand and explain the dynamics of everything that's been going on for a long time. I know all the players by name. I could literally recite everybody, like literally. And I mean, I've been tracing these guys' faces for years. I know them inside and out. Well, no, I don't know them inside, but I do know them out. Um, let me see. We got. Let me see. I do. I'm a freaking registered Democrat because my mom and grandpa and grandma were one too. Jessica, here's the thing with that, and a lot of people don't really understand that. Here's a story. Okay, when you're a child, okay, your parents like force you to eat cantaloupe. They'll force you to eat peas. They'll force you to eat this, that, whatever. Your dad, your mom may like peanut butter on their bread, or they'll eat that for a snack, or they'll do like a weird ritual with their coffee, or they'll do something with their cereal. And these are things that, as you grow up, they try to force some of these things on you, or you'll just observe your parents doing it, but you'll be like, "Ew, that's gross." And as you get into your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, you start cocooning into your parents and their traits and their hobbies and the things that you grew up watching because it's comfort. It's comfort. And you're like, oh, my dad used to put peanut butter on his bread and he toasted it. I think I'll try that too. And that becomes part of your daily. And you didn't even know how fast that happened, where you became your father in some way, shape, or form, or your mother, and you learn their hobbies. But here's the thing: if you're a small child and you're a baby, and from the moment you're a baby, your parents are saying Democrat, your mom and dad, your grandma and grandpa, they're all saying Democrat this, Democrat that. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Barack Obama, and it's just over and over and over again. Republicans bad, conservatives bad. Your brain is absorbing that, and it's not letting it go, because you have to understand your brain, it holds in everything. And if you don't do drugs, and if you don't drink too much, and you actually take care of yourself, your brain will actually work really, really well long into your even into your 70s, 80s, and 90s. I know a lot of people who actually remember things a lot better than us, these 20-year-olds that are walking around. So you have to understand is, and I believe the term is groomed, but parents don't necessarily, intentionally groom their children. They just want to raise their children how they were raised, and it's very innocent in some ways. I don't think, that I don't think the majority of the parents out there are truly evil or intentionally evil, but because they don't know any better, because they were raised by people who believed in the Democrats, or they believed in this and that and blah blah blah. They had no choice. I mean, and you have to understand that everything in this world is already laid out for us. Everything. The alphabet's already here. Numbers are already here. Time is already here. Daylight savings, food, everything's already laid out. There's nothing really new. It's just like everything's already ready for us. The roads are here. I mean, think about it. I mean, we're it's pretty, pretty self-explanatory that everything's already here. And if you were born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the only thing that's different is technology. But I mean, everything was here. Homes were here, school, jobs, cars, everything. So, you know, the sad part about it is that no matter how much common sense makes sense, you still can't convince somebody who thinks otherwise the right way to think, because they've already thought too long the wrong way, and they didn't even know. They didn't even know. For example, and I'm to blame for this. if you grew up watching Eddie Murphy, right? And there's nothing against Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's awesome. He's amazing. He's extremely talented. If you grew up watching Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, um, and any other comedian or actor that used every single word in the entire book from a very young age, you are definitely going to be one of those people that uses those words on a daily basis. It's just the way it is. You've absorbed that. It's comfortable for you. There's a lot of people who are extremely terrified when they heard the F word. Oh, whoa, 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 what are you doing? What? I can't. Please don't do that. I've had people unfollow me unless I bleep the word out. I'm terrified of the F word every time I hear it, even though the F word isn't necessarily even real. It was just made up. You know, so people don't understand. They think that things are just so. They don't understand that FUCK was created. It was created by a man. It wasn't like it wasn't like a tree that just kind of came out of the dirt. It wasn't an apple. It was a man-made word. It was a sound. And that particular man decided that with this word comes a definition and also a reaction. Most people with common sense that hear the F word and they laugh, yeah, because it puts a little stank on that, puts a little stank on the sentence. And then, there's a small majority of people who are terrified, start crying. I can't believe you said that. Why would you do this to me? I was having such a great day. And then you have to come over here with your 4-letter words. They're all made up. It's all made up. All of it. It was invented. Now, trees, birds, animals, you, me, all of us. Yeah, that's all, that was all through God. But the rest of it was all man-made. I mean, I don't man-made Cheetos, man-made Pringles, man-made the alphabet. These are all man-made things. So the people that get irritated with the F word, mm, I'm getting a little off topic, but I'm trying to expand my mind in a way. Hold on, real quick. Monkey grab orange. Yeah, I'm a little late on comments here. Tied the funds sent to organizations tied to this. Tammy, you know what? William Pittman, how are you? Tammy, I believe that once this unfolds, I think there is going to be a huge. Hang on here, real quick. I think I missed something. I wish this comment section would like scroll down. Hey, Yukon man, great to see you. Been listening, just finishing up, supporting the welfare crowd. Thank you so much for being here, Yukon man. Count Trumpula, you don't want to know what's inside them unless you love. Yeah, I think I miss it. Yukon man, hola Brian. Man, hot peanut butter on toast with honey. Man, I am late to the comment section. Holy cow. Okay, hold on. Big Ron, thank you for bringing back the Joker. No, thank Yukon man, Big Ron. And looks like you got yourself. My eyes are. I've been staring at a screen all day, so they're all blurry. But it looks like you are standing next to a Harley, or it could be an Indian. But that looks like a Harley, and it looks like a nice bike. But thank you for being a member, Ron, Big Ron. Okay, so I'm reading all these things about peanut butter now, and I shouldn't have brought that up. But because now my favorite thing, seriously, and I swear I never in a million years thought that, because when I was a kid, it was always like frozen burritos, frozen pizzas, candy, now and later, all that kind of stuff. And now, like seriously, for lunch, I'm perfectly content with sourdough. I love sourdough bread. I think it's like the most incredible thing in the world. Because I grew up like on Wonder Bread. Like I thought Wonder Bread was like the coolest thing. Bologna, Wonder Bread. Oh gosh, I can't even look at Wonder Bread anymore. But sourdough bread, there's just something about it, especially when it's toasted. I lose my shit. I literally lose my shit. And the only peanut butter that I eat is literally just from peanuts. That's it. It's Loris Scutters or something like that. obviously the only hard part about doing that is you have to mix it up with a fork or a knife. But sometimes it's really soft, and then sometimes it's really, 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 really hard. But wow, I never thought in a million years that I would, hey, I think I'll have three pieces of toast with peanut butter on. I just, and I remember watching my grandfather as I started getting older too, and as he got really, really old, he would do nothing all day except for walk around. When I say nothing all day, I'm talking about eating. But he would walk around, he'd do gardening and whatnot, all well into his 90s. But he would eat Haagen Dazs, the almond. They're not popsicles, but they're like the ice cream sticks or whatever you call them. They're vanilla ice cream and had the chocolate over it with the almonds. He would eat those all day long. I don't know how many. I don't know how many he ate, but he ate them a bunch. And then he went to a Trader Joe's and he got these um, peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's, and they're like dark chocolate, which I think dark chocolate is incredible. I just can't afford it. But he put them in the refrigerator, so it was just like, oh my gosh, it's just like this is how I'm gonna eat when I'm 90. I'm just like chocolate all day. I love chocolate. I can't get enough of it. That's why I can't have it in my house because it's a good thing I can't afford it because that's all I do all day is eat chocolate. I love chocolate. It's incredible, but I can't eat it. Um, but he would also do like 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. Like I was like, whoa, this is incredible. Peanut butter all day. Ice. This is crazy. So let me get to more comments here. Hold on. Get to the end here. Daniel C is here. Anna Poison is here. Arnold is here. Yukon Man is here. Who is here? Count Trumpula. Brian. Yukon Man. Vanilla Swiss Almond. Mm. I don't know about you, but I love ice cream. I love ice cream. It's just, and it's so funny when you were sitting like, like Brandon, Joey Biden. Uh, he was all like making ice cream like his personality, like he was the only person that ate it. Like it was special that he liked. I like, give me. Everybody likes ice cream. I mean, you have to be seriously insane not to like ice cream. I mean, who in the hell would not like ice cream? Seriously. It's like he made that. It's like those people that eat hot stuff. Like they make it their personality. Like, come on, settle down, bro. Everybody likes this stuff. It's ice cream, literally. Um, gosh, ice cream is so good. I remember I used to be a really big power lifter back in the day, and I would eat like so much, so much when I was training, and I would start I would start eating just ice cream like as much as I possibly could. And my favorite thing to do was I would eat like vanilla ice cream, and I would chop up habanero peppers, and I would like dice them up, and then I would put them in the ice cream. Gosh, those were the days. Arnold always had sourdough starter on the counter. Sourdough is just so good. Gosh, oh gosh, there's something about sourdough. I don't know. Jessica, thank you for that. Let me see here. Tammy, you got all those cracks and crevices. No, you know what's funny? Okay, so when I was young, all right, I had a family member, Portuguese. He was Portuguese. I don't know how he was part of the family because I'm Italian, but I think I don't know if he was married in or what, I can't remember, but great guy, great guy. And the crazy part about it is like when he would, go out in the sun, his skin, like you couldn't even see him anymore. He was like the darkest guy I've ever met in my life. But he would always have linguiça, and it's a Portuguese sausage. And if you want heartburn, but you have to try linguiça. It's so good, especially if you cook it correctly. So he would always make linguiça for us, linguiça and eggs, and then he would do the English muffins, right? And I used to love English muffins, the nooks and crannies. That was you say the nooks and the cracks and the crevices. But I was just like, so I used to love, um, what was it called? the English muffins. Um, but then I stopped eating them because I didn't realize there was so much crap in those. Like there was so much oils and things that don't need to be in them. But now if you want to get into my history here, my favorite thing growing up in the whole entire world when I was a child was something that my grandmother used to make for me, and then my mom ended up making it for me too as well. But my grandmother was a starter. She would make me cream of wheat, right? And this is back when I used to eat butter. I don't eat butter anymore, but she would put like a little tiny little bit of butter on and sugar, right? And then she would make me cinnamon toast with butter. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's like when you scratch your dog and he starts, like moving his. That's exactly what happened every time I did that. Every time she made that for me. And no disrespect to my mother. My mother was a great woman, worked really, really hard. But my grandmother, she, there was something magical about my grandmother. She just, oh my gosh. Um, and every Sunday, she would do cookies on the counter. Every Sunday. Homemade cookies too. None of that Toll House stuff. Like everything was homemade, everything. And she would have like an assortment of cookies, not just like one kind. She would have all these different cookies all over the counter. And I remember the counter was green because that's like 70s, 80s houses, mostly 70s houses. But this house was, I believe, even older than that. I believe this was like made in the 50s. So that was probably a 50s counter. And, I mean, back in those days, I mean, it wasn't really like a big thing to remodel like they do now. I mean, now they're remodeling all the time, but green carpet. I mean, there was a lot of green. Wow. You guys are taking me down memory lane tonight with these comments. Jeff Poor, God bless you too as well. Um, Aussie Greg, great to see you here. Um, oh, Drover. Yes. I can't eat them anymore, but I tell you what. Okay, so I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. There is a time, and it's only when I go and visit my son because I have to drive a long way to see my son. He moved out quite a few years back, probably about 8 years ago. So when I do drive and go see my son, I do this every once in a while. And I don't know why, because I used to love them when I was younger, but I just don't do it anymore because I don't do fast food and I can't afford it anyways. But um, I get a sausage egg McMuffin from McDonald's. Holy crap! If there is something that has never changed, like you eat that and you immediately go back to 7 years old, and it's never changed. They didn't do anything to it. It's literally the same exact thing. Um, it's literally the same thing. It's always been there. It's always they didn't do anything to it. They never changed it. Whoever designed that, I want to meet them and I want to give them a massage. I want to give them a head to toe massage with the oils and everything. The feet. I don't care if they have disgusting feet. I want to properly. Oh, you comment seriously. You're hurting me now. You're hurting me. I don't know what they've done between you can only eat one though. You can't do more than one hash brown though. They just but you do two sausage egg with cheese McMuffins and a hash brown and oh and I'll even take one of their orange juices. I'm good. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's the only thing I'll eat at McDonald's. Only thing I'll eat. Um, gosh, that's just wow. So I mean, so my son thinks, like I only come and visit him so I can stop at McDonald's. But gosh, what a great thing. Is that true, Yukon man? Are you talking about are you talking about McDonald's? Because that is a if you are, um, that's a movie I've actually watched probably. I would say I've watched that movie probably 30 times. The John Castaneda, great to see you here. Um, I've watched that movie probably the what was the name of that? the story of Ray Kroc. Michael Keaton played it. The founder. Um, I'm absolutely fascinated with that movie, and I don't know why it hasn't gotten more. Maybe it is. I don't know. That is just a fascinating movie. I love that movie. So well done. All prepared on a flat top grill. Uh, Meat has doubled in price this month. Stopped at Burger Place Blake's $14 burger. I mean, jeez, Jeff. Gosh, I couldn't even imagine what they're charging food for right now in like parks like Disneyland and Disney World, and all the rest of these theme parks around America right now. I bet they are just getting away with everything. I know that I had a friend go to Disney World a couple weeks back, and he said he spent more on the food than he did on actual tickets to Disneyland. That's insane. Insane. LRD Bonaventura. Um, LED Bonaventura. How are you? My team calls all fast food shit back, but it's sometimes the only option. And it poisoned too much money. I go to Jeff Porsche says I go to fast food to see prices and same quality as lower. You know, it's crazy because I remember when I was a kid. Obviously, when you're a kid, you never think of money because your parents and grandparents are always taking care of it. But I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of menus, and I mean, going to McDonald's now. I mean, it's like going to like a fancy restaurant. I mean, when I was doing okay, when I was doing okay, every once in a while I take my wife out to a nice dinner because she's earned it for being married to me, and I always gotta let her know that I appreciate her for marrying me. Um, but I would take her to. I remember one time I took her to a place called Roost Chris. We were visiting some family members, and it was this place called Roost Chris, and it was really really good. Um, and you actually had to actually wear nice clothes. You couldn't just walk in there. And she had like a surf and turf or something like that. And the desserts, holy cow, wow! But that's what we spent on that is what we would spend close to what we would spend going to one of these fast food joints now. And I mean, I'm not really a big fan of fast food. I never really have been, except for obviously what we had spoken about earlier. And then obviously Yukon Man had to add in the hash brown to make me wish I had money right now. Because they serve it now all day, but it's not the same. I can't do an English muffin. I can't do an egg McMuffin, sausage McMuffin with cheese and a hash brown at night. There's no way. But it is almost morning. So um, Count Trumpula, 1970 burger and fries, a burger place 150 or less. Yeah. Um, LRD Bonaventura, you can bring your own food to Disney. Wait, hold on, I gotta read this comment. It doesn't violate their rules. People leave coolers in their cars and go in and out to eat. We were always too lazy. Gosh, I haven't been to Disneyland forever. I didn't. I would. Jeez. I think that's probably the FBI telling me to quiet down. Um, Tammy says that's why I carry a big purse. Bring your own. Yukon Man, county fair food used to be reasonable. I haven't been to a county fair in forever either. I love the county fair, but I don't trust them anymore. After seeing some of these employees, holy cow! You got to go to like the country where these guys, actual people take care of their own, and they. But man, these guys that come in there, man, they're all just worn out, and they're just putting together half-ass machines and no safety inspections. And I've seen too many videos online that make me not want to be a part of any of that. Arnold, how are you? Oh, apparently Arnold has left the building. He's going to go drop off the Browns at the Super Bowl. He's going to do the Al Bundy. Drover Moore, as you get older, I truly believe that you are 100% correct. Cooking at home is awesome. And I love to cook, obviously, when I can afford groceries. But I love to cook. My wife loves to cook too as well. I'm a very bland eater now as I've gotten older, so she doesn't necessarily cook. Um, John Castaneda ramen noodles can wash it all down with the Mountain Dew. You gotta use the ramen noodles, and then you wash it down with some moist Mountain Dew. It always goes down and suck out the packet. That's the way Paul likes it. He likes it real sloppy. He likes it sloppy noodles. You gotta slap them up together. Um, but my wife, as I've gotten older, I have a hard time, like sauces and all that. Not that I don't like it, it's just I have a hard time at night, with like what is that, acid reflux, whatever it's called. Um, so, but I love stew. I love anything with like meat and potatoes and carrots. I love Italian food. It's just a given. Anything Italian. But I've had to like cut back because of the sauces, the sauce. I can't do the sauce. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I had to go to the doctor and say, I don't think I'm Italian anymore. I can't eat. I can't eat. But I definitely do my best. I make up with it with hot sauce. So I love hot sauce. But I have relatives that cook authentic Italian food, and it's just absolutely incredible. And then I also have I grew up with a Filipino family, and they is my one of my closest friends since I was a very young man. His mother's always made me lumpia, homemade lumpia, and it is the most incredible thing in the world, especially when it's made because they come from the Philippines. Like literally, this recipe is from the Philippines, and it's absolutely um, the most incredible. It's so good, so good, so good. No, I saw something funny, Drover. It was a meme, and I tell you what, I think it explains everybody that's getting older in life, and your body's starting to tell you, hey, you're getting older. It was a guy eating a greasy pizza, and he was using the pepper shaker, and there was Tums in the pepper shaker, so he was literally sprinkling Tums instead of chili onto his pizza. I thought that was hilarious. The best hot sauce I ever had. Haven't been able to find it since about 2022. What is that? What was the hot sauce? My favorite hot sauce in the entire world is, I'm not even saying I don't even, I don't think I've ever pronounced it correctly, but it's always been my favorite sriracha sauce. I don't know if it's called sriracha sauce. I don't know if, I've always said sriracha sauce. I don't know if that's pronounced. And I'm sure it's not good for you at all. But I tell you what, once you have sriracha, whatever it's called, once you have sriracha, and it's not really even that hot. Well, not to me at least. I like hot food, but um, once you have it, you can never, you can never not have it again. Like literally, you can never not have it again. Sriracha. Thank you very much. You come, man. See, he's always here. He's got my back. Star, my son makes Star says my son makes hit from scratch. Nice. Nice. Jeff Poor says he likes Louisiana hot sauce. Nice. Okay. Aussie Greg, thank you so much. Keep up your great work to US. Thank you very much for that, Aussie Greg. Truly appreciate it. Um, Monkey Grab Orange says all hot sauce is good for you. I hope so, because I eat it. I love I put that I put it on everything. Now, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but there were times where me and my son would play pranks on each other when he was younger. And my son, his biggest dream was to prank his father. And I was always, it was just like the coolest thing ever to have a son, obviously, because I had so many daughters. It was just great to finally have a son that I could beat up and we could wrestle and have, play pranks on them. Because my girls are my princesses, and I love them it's a totally different relationship. Um, so we would play pranks on each other all the time. And I tell you what, I'm surprised. I think that's why he moved away because I think he was planning on offing me because of all the pranks that I got away with. Because he tried, but he could never get me. Like he could never truly get me. But I would do, ketchup in his straw, and he would be drinking his root beer, and all of a sudden he'd just get a mouthful of ketchup. And I would do sriracha sauce in his toothpaste. But where we finally had to stop was every once in a while he would like sleep, and I don't know why he would sleep with his hand out on his side, like he was just asking me to prank him, right? And I grew up with my uncles, and we grew up with all our friends, and we used to just we were nuts. We were like jackass. We just had so much fun together. So I saw my son sleeping. He had just tried to prank me earlier, and I thought, you know what, this is the time. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're. So I saw the opportunity. I saw the hand. He's sleeping. So I go and get baby powder, and I should have got. Now thinking back, I should have got um, what is it called, shaving cream. But for some reason, I'm thinking baby powder would be hilarious, right? So, and by the way, my wife killed me later on that night. So I had this whole thing of baby powder in his hand, right? And I always had this thing because we did it in the car too. Like I would, scream and he'd start freaking out. So I put it in his hand. He's sitting there, and he laughs about it, by the way, now. So too, I mean, but that night it was a little scary. It was like pranks gone wrong. So he's still sleeping. He's got the baby powder. There was at any moment I could have said, "All right, abort, abort, abort," but I just wasn't thinking. I didn't think it through. I had no idea what was going to happen. So as soon as I started screaming and I woke him up out of a slumber, he jumps up and immediately right in his mouth, right in his mouth. Of all the places he could have he jerked the baby powder right and he didn't miss a drop. He didn't miss a drop. So picture this kid. He's like 14, I believe, at the time. And picture the cinnamon challenge, right? Where the kids were like blowing out the cinnamon. That's what he was doing. And it's like it was like it just wasn't. So that's my safety tip for today. Never, ever, 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 ever use baby powder. Use shaving cream or whipped cream. I, anyways, yeah, my wife really hasn't forgiven me for that one, but that was a close call that night. But he still laughs about it, and he's still trying to prank me. And the crazy part about it is that I believe my son loves me. I know he loves me, but his dream, seriously, and we've had talks about this, like man to man talks. He's talked to his sisters about it too, because his sisters can't get me either. But we have had talks about how his dream is to get me, like even just to scare me. He can't scare me. Nothing. None of them have been able to. Even my daughters, they try to scare me. It doesn't work. Um, it just, I don't know. I have something inside of me. I don't know. I am like a Spider Man. I got my Spidey sense, but oh, okay. All right. Now, Tammy, you just opened up my pranks here, okay? Because obviously, if I'm going to prank my son, I'm definitely going to prank coworkers. So I was doing a construction job when I was about in my early 20s, okay? And we were sanding a bunch of stuff, right? And for some reason or another, I had this partner that just was like annoying, like the most annoying guy. He would cut through things like wires, and he was the worst possible person in the world. And why they put him with me, I have no idea. But I was the driver, and we would go to different job sites and we do all this stuff. It was a pretty large company, but and we were sanding down something, and for some reason or another, okay, some reason or another, I decided I was going to bag up all of this sand, or not, or this wood powder. Was gonna that we sanded down. I put it in a bag, and while he was using the bathroom, I stuffed it inside of the company truck's air conditioning little fans thing, or the little, what are they called? The little things where the air blows out, right? And I'm just, I'm just stuffing it in there, but only, only on his side. So, and like I said, I didn't hate him, but he was so annoying. Like literally, like I would cry sometimes because I knew I had to work with him. The vents, thank you, Tammy. The vents. I shoved it all in his side of the vents. I moved the little thingy to where it was pointing to. I turned the vents on full blast, like full blast. Turn the truck off, right? And I said, "Let's go, let's go." So he gets and he closes the door, and I'm already like trying to hold back the laughter because I know it's gonna. I just didn't know it was gonna be this good. I had no idea it was gonna be this good, and this is where I'm horrible because I didn't record it because we didn't have cell phones back then. We didn't have. It's not like everybody walked around with a camera. I'm so upset because this could have probably been like America's Funniest Home Video times a billion. I would have been a millionaire. So he gets in, and we didn't wear seatbelts back then, but and then I went ahead and I turned the truck on, and like a rocket, and there was so much. I had to get out. I had to get out. I had to get out of the truck. There was so, but it just it just right in his face. All it was everywhere. And I almost had to pee my pants. I think I was laughing so hard. I never laughed that hard before in my life. But gosh, good times. You know what? I've been talking you guys' ear off. I'm sorry, but I did want to say thank you all so much for being here, guys. Um, Monkey Grab Orange, thank you for being here. Tammy, thank you for being here. Eric, thank you for being here. Yukon Man, thank you so much for being here. John Castaneda, I hope you're still here. And Daniel C, I hope you're still here. Star is here. Aussie Greg, thank you so much again. Brian, first one here today. I'm so happy about that. Annette Poison is here. Eric is here. Yukon Man, I see you. Tim for Freedom. Love to all in the chat. Humor and satire is the spice of life. Never forget that your work is so appreciated. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Monkey Grab More G's, I love you, and I don't even know why, or don't even know you. That's awesome. I love all of you guys. You guys are the best. Seriously. Um, my ex hubby put baby powder in my blow dryer. That's funny. That's probably why he's your ex husband. Uh, um, yeah, you know what, Annette Poison. I truly believe I'm gonna have to let him prank me. I think the worst part about being a father is, well, you know what? Not with me though. Um, Honestly, I want my kids to be better than me. I want my kids, because I know there's a lot of competitive fathers and mothers out there that are like, oh, I don't want my kids to be better than me. I don't want them to be richer. I have to pay. I want my kids to be better than me. That's my dream. I want them to be so much more successful than me. Um, I want them to be the best, and they're doing a great job, by the way. And I'm so proud of them. They're all doing such a great job, and now I have a grandchild, which is just incredible feeling to know that I have a grandchild. And it's crazy. The only thing that's horrible about being a grandfather is that, well, it's not your kid. You want it to be your kid. You're like, hey, I raised you. That's part mine, but you gotta let them do what you got. And my daughter is such a great mom. She's doing such a great job. And she's with a really good guy too. And it's just awesome seeing that. But the hardest part for my father, um, he was always a really good basketball player. Like, really in the neighborhood at least. But I mean, he was, no, nobody could mess with him. He was one of the best in the neighborhood growing up. And, obviously he taught me, how to play. And I was really good too, as well, by the way. I was more attracted to football and wrestling and martial arts and everything like that. But I was very athletic. So anything that had to do with sports other than hockey, I never played hockey, even though I should have, because it was an option for me. I just, for some reason, didn't want to play it. But there was a day that I finally beat him. I never was able to beat my old man. And the day I beat my pops, I saw it in his face. And it was heartbreaking for both of us because, obviously, if you didn't, if you don't care about your dad, you don't care. It's like, oh, I beat you. Who cares? But I saw the hurt in his eyes, like I'm getting old. You know, um, I don't think that he, yeah, because my father always wanted me to do well. It's crazy too. He's my father's always been like the yes man to me. He's always been so supportive of me. Anything I do, he's still there. If I'm making a bad decision, even though I'm grown up now and have kids of my own, but he's still there. If you're making a bad decision, he's there. But he's always been a real support system to me. And it's always been really good to have him around. So I've been very lucky with him and my mom too. I didn't want to leave her out of the equation, but she doesn't play basketball, so. Um, Gosh, I tell you, I've been talking. I haven't even let any of you guys talk. Uh, Eric Bernard, TUS, you beat me to it. Um, Getting old is fantastic, I tell you, except for waking up in the morning and you realize you can actually get an injury just for waking up. Um, but you gotta love it. I tell you what. I think the only thing that my grandfather told me, um, my grandfather told me, always stay active, always have a hobby, and never stop working. Um, but he also told me too. He said that once you get to an age to where you know you just need something to do, he said find something that you enjoy, but call it a job. You know, don't break your back. So I definitely I'm trying to do that. I do love doing the United Spa. By the way, that's like I would say out of my entire life, this has been my favorite job, and I'm calling it a job because it actually is. It's my favorite thing to do. It really really is because it's a way for me to be creative. It's a way for me to try and make people laugh. It's a way for me to try and you know educate those people that don't really know too much because not everybody has the time to research what's going on in politics, and I do it in such a creative way and easy that it's easier to absorb than watching Tucker Carlson or listening to Nancy Pelosi use all those big words that nobody understands with the thousands of pages of bills that nobody reads. I'm able to you know condense it down into a small 2 minute 3 minute video. um, and thanks to Yukon Man and most of you that remind me to do the Joker, every once in a while I do a serious video. And I really, really, really like doing the Joker. It's something that I've really enjoyed doing um, because I love doing comedy, but I also have a very serious side that not a lot of people see, um, and I really enjoy doing those videos. So every once in a while, you got to throw a little seriousness into the equation. Um, Darren, I'll see you later. I'm going to be taking off here in a minute. I don't know why I'm still talking. I should be um, playing videos here. I'm just talking up a storm here. Caucasian, you and Gutfield, brother, my only news. Hey, thank you very much. That guy is hilarious, by the way. Gutfield, he is hilarious. Um, Trevor Moore, my father told me never to sit with your back to the front door. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. You will never work a day in your life, then, Eric. Absolutely. 100% correct. Yukon man, we were all seasoned. 100% correct. Tim for freedom. I'm 62, getting up in the morning. So right. I'm a motor scooter riding junkie. Have fun and enjoy. That's exactly true. You know, I tell my kids this too. I even have to remind my wife sometimes because my wife gets caught up in the moment and things stress her out daily. And I got to remind her too that we're not getting any older. And if there's an opportunity to have fun, if there's an opportunity to live life, we got to take it. Um, Obviously, we can't do everything we want to do in life. It's just not possible unless you're Elon Musk. But there's things that you could do out there that don't cost a penny. And gosh, I mean, it's just things go by so fast. You know, I think Burt Reynolds once said, I think he said in the movies, you can't beat the river. I think something like that. But it's true. No matter how hard you try, you can literally stand there with your hand on the clock hand. You can't stop time. You can't stop it. But the only thing you do, I mean, obviously, is work hard and do everything you can to spread your positivity because it's contagious. You know, laughter is contagious, kindness is contagious, and you know, genuinely being a good person is contagious. You know, there's so many knuckleheads out there. You know, in this in that just are just bad people. You can't do anything with them, so you just stay away from them. You know, and learn to live your life as a better person and spread that around. So um, Booty Juice has a beard, very predator looking. You know what? That guy, I tell you what, I I've done so many videos about Pete, and I the one I wanted to do that I never did, and it was right. I don't know why I didn't think about doing this like years ago because I've literally done everything with that guy. I even did a Dolly Parton. I had him singing the 9 to 5 song, but I rewrote it. Holy cow. Um, but I wanted to do the scene out of Talladega Nights where the announcers were introducing the uh, the new race car driver and his husband. And I wanted to do that, and I don't know why I never did that. I should have done that years ago. Um, but I've done so many videos of him. I did one of him doing it was a scene out of Napoleon Dynamite, and it was oh I gotta show you guys that video sometime. My gosh, yeah, that one was. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I gotta be. I don't know. Maybe I could find it. Who knows? I got so many videos. It's hard, but let me see here.
Kamala, my sweet baby mama.
Yeah, that's a funny video. Let me see if I got anything here. I got so many videos of that guy. Gosh, he's got a beard. Oh, stop it. Ew. I got a. What one was that? Shoot. I even did one when the bridge. I don't know if you guys remember that. It wasn't too long ago where the boat hit the bridge. Um, I had him swimming around in a unicorn raft because we all know he was always late to the party. He had other things to do. But I had him singing that song "Working 9 to 5." But I reworded the whole song. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Hold on, let me try this. I gotta find this video. It's gonna bother me. Who did I have? Oh, it was Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden and Pete. And let me see if I can find it. Shoot. You know what? Here we go. Here, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. Hold on. Just give me a second here. I want to see if I can find it. Um, Let me see if I can find this real quick. Hang on. Bear with me, guys. Talk, please. Talk amongst yourselves. We're gonna have a free moment here. Let me see if I could find it like this. It was. I thought it was funny. Um, oh man, this might take forever. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll find it and I'll play it. I'll play it tomorrow. Unless I could find it here in the next. If I could find it here in the next 4 minutes, I'll play it. Gosh, look at all these videos. Remember when my videos used to get seen? Man, I'm lucky to get 2,000 views now. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. There is a guy that I was talking to though on YouTube. I can't remember his name, but he's a really nice guy. At least he seems nice. Um, and he said he was going to have some people take a look at my account because when I talk to YouTube, I don't get to talk to him. I have to send him a message and I tell him, hey, look, my account was doing really, really well. I was getting hundreds of thousands of views. The revenue was great. I was able to pay for my bills and, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, I believe it was 2022, my revenue went down 90%. My views went down 90%, all in a 30-day period, like out of nowhere. And I had no idea how it happened. And I was terrified to, you know, um, I was terrified to even, say anything because I didn't want YouTube to shut down my channel. So I just kind of was like really polite, and I was trying, like, hey, what do I do? What do I do? Um, and hold on here. I think I might be able to find it. Hold on, because we're getting down into the nitty gritty here. But they just kept telling me that my channel is great, and they would bring up a video from 2024, and they would say, "This is why you had a big spike in your views because of this video in 2024." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not listening to me." So basically, what it is that it's probably AI that's talking to me. But this guy is actually real because I was invited to come to a boot camp for YouTube. And so I've been able to actually, I'm in this group of people and we get to ask questions and talk and everything. And he seems like a really nice guy. He's a younger kid. And, but, that's usually the generation, that's in charge nowadays. So, but he told me, I gave him the whole, hey, look, I'm a comedy channel. I'm very honest with everybody. I don't promote anything that's bad. And, gosh, why can't I find this video? I think I'm getting close. Because I remember the video was pretty funny. How do I have so many videos? So if my wife sneezes, my little dog goes nuts. Literally. Hold on here. I think I'm about to find it. If Fetterman comes over to the Republicans, I'm going to be really upset because I made some really good. I did a Step Brothers Fetterman. I did a Star Wars Fetterman. I'm going to be really upset. But I'll be happy because you know what? Um, I really hope he sticks with this because, gosh, we need more common sense. Hang on here, real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Look at all these videos that had views. Jeez. Oh, look at that. That was from it says 3 years, but it's probably from 4 years ago. But it's Beto and Ted Cruz in a Napoleon Dynamite scene. Gosh. This one is so funny. Cheers to the left. This was about 7 years. It says 6, but it's probably about 7 years ago. Nancy Pelosi, all of them in the Cheers episode. It was so good. That one was so funny. You're not supposed to laugh at your own videos, though. Sorry. I'm almost done here, guys. I know you guys are probably bored as hell. And I'm sure there's probably only like 5 people left. But you know what? The 5 people are left. Thank you. And I can't see the comments, so I apologize. I am look at that. Back to the Future. You got Joe and Hunter. Oh, this one right here with Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, and AOC sitting in the urinal taking it. Oh gosh, 90210 with all that's AOC, Mueller, uh, Jerry Nadler, T Lab, Chuck, Bernie, Nancy. Oh my gosh, these have Happy Days. Wow, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Wild Hogs. I love dressing Joe Biden up as a jerk. Steve Martin's famous robe from the jerk. Where is that video? I bet you 1,000 people unfollow me tonight because I can't find it. There's a video. Come on, where are you? Chris Farley and Fauci. That was epic. Oh, look at this. Look at this huddle. Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, T-Lab, AOC, and Elizabeth Warren. Gosh, what a lineup. Look at that. Gretchen Whitmer singing with Cuomo, Gavin Newsom, Chuck Schumer. That was like 5 years ago. We had Tootie over here. Remember Tootie? You know, I got to be honest with you. Waking up, not seeing Tootie in the morning, it's the best. I could not stand her. She was the worst. Gosh. Over this right here. This is around the time when Trump got COVID and everybody was freaking out. I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. This is Whitmer and Trump when she was closing everything down. Come on. Shawshank Redemption with Fauci. Shark Tank. That's the video. Well, one of the videos that Mark Cuban ended up blocking me on. He blocked me on X. I don't think I'm going to find it. All right, I'm going to give this 2 more minutes. Start the timer. Oh, I remember I was doing that for a minute. I was doing crank calls with Nancy Pelosi's voice. I was calling like different stores and stuff. That was fun. I might do that again sometime. But they were so long though. I know nobody likes my long videos. Um, Come on. Why is it taking so long for this? Probably because I have so many videos. I feel bad for the people that like I like support my videos and like want to binge watch them. Can't even find any. Um, well, I guess I'm not gonna make it. Oh, this one where Paul Pelosi, gosh, that was already almost 4 years ago. I had Paul Pelosi drunk driving. He gets pulled over by Gavin Newsom, and he's in the car with AOC. That's before we found out about Hammer Time. Oh, and then I got Joe Biden doing Blue's Clues. God. All right, I want to find this video so bad. Now it's just like a mission. Come on, come on. Well, I don't think I'm going to find it. Um, Maybe it didn't. Did I write? No, there's no way because I don't. It's already been way longer than 2 minutes. Watch, and then I'm gonna play it. And everybody's gonna be like, "Eh, it was all right." I There's just okay. The reason I like this video, the reason I'm so hell bent on playing it, is because there's so many innuendos to this movie or to this video with Pete. There's so many, and I really worked hard on this script. As short as this, it's not really a long video, but it's. I worked so hard um, making this because he was the transportation guy, and I thought, how can I make this funny? Well, I thought it was hilarious. Um, okay, you know what? I don't care. I don't even care if there's only one person. I'm playing this video. I'm gonna find it. I'm not giving up. There's no way I'm gonna give up now. I can't. I'm too far into this. I'm invested in this now. The only thing that's gonna make me stop is if my wife comes out and hits me over the head with a frying pan. That's when I know it. Okay, look, May the dumb be with you. That's a Fetterman video. That's the Star Wars video. He's got Joe as Yoda. That one, oh my gosh, that one took me forever to make. The weirdest day in history. Nancy Pelosi and those eyeballs. Faucinocchio. That was a good one. Gosh, maybe this video didn't get, unless I passed it. I've done that before. Look at that. You got Obama as what's the name of Gazoo from the Flintstones? How is this happening right now? I don't understand. Oh, look at that. I did Beetlejuice. There's Lori Light. Oh my gosh. Cal Farts with AOC. One of my favorite videos from years and years ago. This is back before I started doing a lot better animation with the faces, to where I can actually do the faces myself for my own eyes and my lips and everything. It's all my facial expressions. There it is. I got it. Woo! I got it. Okay. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just going to play the video. Here we go, guys. This is all worth it. Please, just be nice, even if you don't like it.
Hey, Pete, how's the transportation thing going?
Pretty good, except the tunnel is always getting jammed.
Oh, yeah? Hey, have you filled up all the cracks yet?
Oh yeah, I filled up lots of cracks.
And the holes? Did you pack all the holes?
It's all taken care of.
And how are you doing in the poles?
I'm at the top of all the poles.
Good, good. Hey, so how do you get to work? You ride a train?
No, silly. I drive my SUV.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I park it around the corner from my office. Then I ride my bike the rest of the way.
You really are helping out Earth.
I know.
Hey, what kind of bike you got?
It's a rear render.
Damn! You got a flashlight, rubber tuba, silver bullet, joy toy? Lucky?
Yeah, it's my pocket pleaser.
Hey, how come you ain't got no seat?
Who needs a seat?
It smells like monkey shit and bananas.
I know, right?
Hey, you ever ram it on any sweet bumps?
Yeah, but every time I pedal hard, my shaft rubs against the rim and grease gets everywhere.
Hey, can I ride it real quick?
Are you talking about the bike?
Hey, what's that smell?
Oh, that's probably my new perfume.
Oh, yeah, what's it called?
Sloppy dumpster? My husband picked it out.
Stinks.
Yeah, 30% of the time, it works every time.
I'm gonna go jump now. Uh-oh! Oh, right in the sloppy crunch.
Joe, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
This would have never happened if you were wearing a seatbelt.
Help me, Jim.
Okay. Okay. I'm happy now. I'm happy. You guys are awesome. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. Seriously, you guys really make my night. So I will definitely be talking to you tomorrow. Now that I'm starting to get adjusted to this job, I've been at this new job now for 2 months. And I'm, it was a bit of a life change for me to do that. And my wife's been extremely supportive, because, I've had my moments to where I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't working. I need to go back to the United spot, but it is what it is, and I'm hoping that I'm able to work this out and we get caught up, and things start working better. So, but I wanted to thank all of you for being here for me and inspiring me and keep me going and helping me out from time to time, and you guys are really incredible. So. I will be back same time tomorrow. Sometimes, or it depends on where you live. It'll either be 10, 7, or 9. 10, 7, or 9. 10 Eastern Time, 7 Pacific Time, and 9. I always say this for Mark Burchett, rest in peace. Miss that guy. Really do miss Mark. And Robin Spielman, if you're listening, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing okay. April Generic, how are you? Anna Poison, Aussie Greg, and Yukon Man, and John Castaneda, and Don Warfield, Daniel C., Yukon Man, have a great night. Brian, have a great night. LRD Bonaventura, have a great night. Eric, have a great night. Jessica, have a great night. Star, have a great night. Anna Poison, have a great night. BSU, have a great night. Aussie Greg, have a great night. Let's see here. Caucasian Debris, have a great night. Drover, have a great night. Monkey Crab Orange, have a great night. Caucasian, have a great night. I think that's it. You guys are awesome. I will see you all again tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Make sure to laugh a little bit, and make sure to get some rest. All you guys that have been working your butts off. I know there's a lot of you in the comment section now, and if you're retired, you obviously deserved it. But if you are still out there working your butt off, please get some rest. And I do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy days to hang out with United Spot. So I'm going to let you guys go. But I want to thank you all so much for your support. It means a lot. And do me a huge favor. If you get time, tomorrow, or, if you can't sleep tonight, watch a video. The one I want you to watch today is the Crocodile Tears. And if you guys want to share out, it's just hypocrisy in honor of Yukon Man, for me bringing out the Joker again. It's almost up to 5,000 views. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And if anybody out there that's got $1 billion in your bank account, please help out the United Spot, because I'm almost there. I will. Because of all of you guys working together, I'm almost to my goal. So if there's any billionaires out there, please feel free to help out the United Spot, PayPal, Cash App, whatever you choose, or just watch some videos. That works out too as well. And I will see you all tomorrow. I love you guys, and hope you have a great night. Until we meet again, good night, everybody.